Yeah, for sure. Like you mentioned, Kelan, Thursday was probably arguably some of the best racing we've seen all season long. And Aiden Kirker, that 17 car, was victorious after a pretty dominating performance by him. And he's notably the the most successful driver here in the A&B Outdoors Quicktime Series here at Lernerville. All right.
All right, I'm going to qualify real quick.
We are here for Pennsylvania Nationals Night 4 of the Dirt Heath and Race Pro Pennsylvania Nationals here in Starbuck, Pennsylvania. We're here at Lernerville Speedway. Sorry for technical difficulties when we got started. We are back this evening, Shane. So I'm Kelan, joined by Shane. Rylan Pearson, quickest in hot laps as qualifying goes on. We had a great race the other day. We're looking for pretty much the same this evening.
We really are, Keelan. Like I mentioned, I know people on the broadcast could hear me talking, but couldn't hear you as we're trying to fight through those problems. And luckily, we got all those stringed out before the race started. But we tried to get a quick word with Aiden Kirker, but obviously that came to our came to our eyes, and we had to fix it.
Certainly did. As we get ready for qualifying, drivers starting to file out. Andrew May, 12.883 right now. That is a new track record in the Quicktime Sprint Car Series, beating out Jackson.
Did you see Aiden Kirker here on track, making his first laps? He was saying how he just feels like this place just fits in perfectly for him, and he just knows how good of a car he has here tonight.
Going to be trying his best for sure as he goes in qualifying. Lap number 1's a 13.094. Lap number 2 for Aiden Kirker is a 12.937. Put him 7th quickest right now. So he will have some work to do back there once they go into his heat. So we get ready for our first heat of the evening. 15 seconds remaining in the qualifying, and right now Andrew May sits atop qualifying, and at the current rate right now, he will take home the Dirtman Photography Quicktime Award. Andrew gonna get that one. Don't believe he's won that at all this season. That's crazy because he's won a lot this year, but hasn't got the Quicktime Award. So we get ready to set your lineup for heat number 1 this evening. So here we go. Rolling off in the front row. In the first position, Exo Consulting, a Ricky, competitor from M&M Motorsports out of Bedford, Pennsylvania. It's the big unit, Andrew May. And rolling off to his outside, number 11, Exo Consulting, a Rookie competitor for HRI Helms Racing out of Sylvania, Ohio. It's Tyler No.
And starting in the third position here tonight in the number 17K from Power Slide Motorsports in Boston, New York. Our night number 3 winner here, Aiden Kirker, and to his outside, Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contender, number 87 from HRI Helms Racing and representing Iowa, Jackson Gray.
Rolling off in the 5th position at number 28, Exo Consulting right here. Competitor for Barrett Sim Racing out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's the young gun Colton Coe. And rolling off to his outside in the 072, Exo Consulting right here. Competitor for HRI Helms Racing out of Oak Harbor, Ohio. It's Randy Fritsch. That will round out your field here in heat number 1. As up on pole for this heat, our Quicktime Award winner this evening, Andrew May. And for Andrew in tonight's feature, if he makes it, he needs to finish 7th or better to take home the Pennsylvania Nationals Championship this evening. Aiden Kirker sits 9 points back, looking to steal it from him, and Colton Coe 8 spots back. And the way national points work, it is 100 points to the winner, 99, 98 all the way on back, and that is how it will situate itself. 7th or better is what May is looking for this evening, and starting on pole, getting Quicktime Award is a good way to start it.
Yeah,
so
nothing
be,
like starting off number 1 right there, Kelan. Literally.
That's what Andrew May. Yeah, that's what he'll try to do this evening. May, no, Kirker, Gray.
Green.
I'm pretty sure that may have been our 1, 2, 3, 4 the other night in the feature. That'd be pretty interesting. Andrew May gets on the gas, gonna file in right behind Tyler No, as No gets a nice jump. Kirker working the bottom to the inside of Jackson Gray. Gray trying to take a peek to the inside of May for 2nd spot. Gray's there. Can he take the spot? Not quite. They're going to go single file 1, 2, 3. May to the inside of No, trying to catch him down the backstretch.
You can see top 3 right here. Jackson Gray barely getting into Andrew May. A little bit of contact there. Aiden Kirker will now file to the bottom side of the track. May still holds strong in 2nd. Gray holding down 3rd. Coe 4th, and Kirker trying to figure out the bottom there in 5th.
Saw Kirker in the latter laps of practice. He was really working that bottom, making it work. But that was when the track was slick. Here on a tanky track, he's just trying to try something different because he knows what he tried the other night may not work out like it did before. Tyler No has checked out. He's kind of ripping the bottom up there up front. Andrew May works the top, and he's closing the gap a little bit. Was a 10th faster last lap. Now around on the top in 3 and 4. Trying to close the gap on No. He's got 3 laps to catch him. This is onboard visor cam with Andrew May.
Getting a little down and dirty.
Oh yeah, sure. You got to get those tear-offs about every lap here. As No gets sideways, May is there. 2 laps to go. He's going to rip it down to the inside. Slide job. Going to take the spot away. No's going to cross him over going in 3 and 4. No works the inside of May. May going to get around him on the top, and he's going to take the lead. Jackson Gray now trying to pounce on his teammates' misfortunes.
1 lap to go for Andrew May. He took the lead like you saw there on the high side on Jackson Gray with 2 laps to go, and that'll give him the heat number 1 win. Tyler No will grab 2nd. Jackson Gray. Actually,
Jackson Gray got 2nd. Yeah. He got around him in 3 and 4. Last lap maneuver.
Aiden Kirker will have to head to the LCQ as he's the first driver out in 4th.
May, Gray, No going to go to the feature. Coe, Kirker, and Fritsch will be heading to our LCQ event this evening as we now set your field for heat number 2. We got a special paint scheme in this field as well. Rolling off in the top position, number 20, Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year competitor from M&M Motorsports out of Cass City, Michigan. It's the Iceman, Aiden Forster, and rolling off to his outside. And then number 99, sitting 3rd in points right now, Rylan Pearson.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, Kelan, special paint scheme. Well, obviously, once we get to a better angle here, we'll show a little graphic and that we got there, and you'll talk a little bit about the paint scheme. But starting off in your 3rd position, we have the 06 of Rylan Gray, and to his outside, number 6 from 4 Horsemen Racing, Jonestown, Pennsylvania zone, Caleb Morrissey.
Rounding out the field, the number 4 car for M&M Motorsports out of Asheville, North Carolina. It's the Asheville Attitude Cameron McCone. And to his outside out of Power Slide Motorsports out of Daytona Beach, Florida, it's the Gator J.J. Hill. As we take a look at that beautiful number 99 paint scheme. Tribute to Rylan Gray's good of the evening. Leading us to the green, it'll be Forster and Pearson. Forster inside, Pearson outside. Green flag, gonna wave. Forster gonna get on the gas, try to get up in front of Pearson, bit of contact, but he's gonna take the spot away. Side by side behind him, Rylan Gray, making his first start of the season. Races us a lot last year, trying to work into the feature today. He's working the outside of Pearson, gets around him for the time being. Pearson working the bottom, and he's gonna take it. Caleb Morrissey files in behind him.
JJ Hill.
Flew off the berm.
Yeah, I kind of saw that there. Trying to get to it. Still battling a little bit of technical difficulties over here. Aiden Forrester first, Rylan Gray second. Rylan Pearson third, battle the Rylans for second position.
Yeah, a bit about Rylan Gray. This is his first race with us this season, if he can make the feature. He was one of our late entries. He was the only one that went immediately to 410 because he raced with us last year. He was racing for SSR, Elite Sim Racing. Shooting star races in real life, some sprint cars. Pretty good driver if you ask me, as he's trying to work on Aiden Forster right now. Rylan Pearson and that beautiful number 99 trying to close on Rylan Gray. Gray working the bottom better than most have this evening to this point. Closing the gap on Forster little by little, but it may be a little hard to work that pass.
Back up front, Aiden Forrester still holding strong on the lead on the high side. Rylan Gray trying to do everything he can, kind of like we saw Aiden Kirker doing, working that bottom as 2 laps to go for Forrester.
He's making it work in the center of the corner. He just can't get the run off because Forrester is sticking the top pretty well. And at the rate it's going right now, it's going to be hard for him to get by. 1 lap to go. He's going to get up right there, even with him almost. Has to file in behind him. Gray going to take a slide job. Side by side, couldn't get it. Forster, by a nose, is going to take the heat. Gray second, Pearson top 3, McHone, Hill, Morrissey to the LCQ.
Wow, that was a great battle.
Yeah, we get ready for our third heat of the evening here from Lernerville. So we get ready to set your starting lineup. Rolling off in pole, Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year competitor from up north, esports. It's the Kamikaze Austin Griffey. And rolling off to his outside at number 83, Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year competitor is Austin Nuffer.
And starting in third position here, Season 1 champion here in the AOD Outdoors Quicktime Series, the number 1 car from AOD Racing in Martinsville, Virginia, the Mud Digger, Cody Meadows, Big Meadows, Cody Meadows. And to his outside, kind of a fun little nickname I'll be giving him. And to his outside, we have Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contender from Ben Porsche Racing in Tin Myth. We've been saying that wrong. There we go, James. Tin Myth, Vermont, the mayor, James Barrett Jr.
Rolling off in 5th, Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year competitor for Turn 4 Motorsport out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It's the Blue Jay, Jay Mulder, and rolling off to his outside. Rounding out our field this evening, Fort Neal Media Racing out of Sumner, Washington. It is Cole Williams in the number 42. So we get ready for our third and final heat of the evening. Battling technical difficulties a bit tonight. Thank you for bearing with us. So we get ready for our third heat of the evening here, Shane. It'll be Griffey Nuffer leading us to the green. A bit about Griffey. Making his first 410 start with us. Of course, we split into the 360s this past week. He was the only one called up from 360s in the last race. Gets on the gas, Nuffer gets a nice jump on the outside. They're going to be even going into turn 1. Griffey going to work the bottom, slide up in front of him, 4 wide behind them. As Meadows drops back a little bit, Barrett and Williams will battle out for third, as Barrett's going to take it.
Austin Griffey holding strong right now in the lead. Austin Nuffer second. Like you mentioned, Kelan, James Barrett Jr. under some pressure now from from Cole Williams. Meadows 5th, Mulder 6th. He's running the bottom there, trying to get around the Season 1 champ.
Working the bottom, Mulder. Meadows working the top back there. Transfer spot, James Barrett has it. He's getting greedy, trying to get around Nuffer for second. 3 Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year competitors, 1, 2, 3, Williams and Meadows, 4th and 5th. Jay Mulder rounds out the field. Griffey still in control, much reminiscent of his 360 race. A while back as Barrett Jr. and Cole Williams made contact, they got sent around, and Nuffer and Mulder now take over second and third. Or third and fourth, sorry.
Jay Mulder, like you mentioned, Kelan keeping that car clean, and now he's in the transfer position in third. Meadows not too far behind in fourth as he's trying to get his car all figured out and trimmed and ready to go. He's got some damage on the front wing. Actually, no front wing at all.
Yeah, that must have come early in the race, and that's why he's stuck behind Mulder.
Oh, Mulder!
Mulder sideways, and there goes Meadows, going to take it. And now Jay Mulder is going to be fighting with it. 1 lap to go. Griffey and Nuffer are gone by a mile, but the battle's on for the transfer spot. Mulder closing the spot on Meadows. Griffey going to take the heat win. Meadows hangs on to third with ease, and Griffey, Nuffer, Meadows heading to the feature without having to fight through a consolation race this evening. We get ready for our consolation race. Top 7 advance. 2 will go home this evening.
Top 9.
Yeah, there are 9 in the race, so 2 will go home, 7 make it. That is how it will round up as we set your starting lineup. On pole for Powerslide Motorsports out of Boston, New York, is the Iceman Aiden Kirker, and to his outside for M&M Motorsports out of Asheville, North Carolina, it's the Asheville Attitude, Cameron McCone.
And starting in the third position, second row, leading him off on the inside from Calgary, Alberta, Jay Mulder, and to his outside, another Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contender from Ben Porsche Racing, Colton Coe.
Rolling off in 5th, the Gator, J.J. Hill, to his outside out of Tinmouth, Vermont. For Barrett Sim Racing, it's James Barrett Jr., Fritch, Morrissey, Williams, round out the field. So we get ready for our consolation race this evening. Top 7 make it 2 go home. Reminiscent of what we saw last Thursday night. Aiden Kirker, with him and the dominating performance he put on the other day, I find it kind of hard to believe that he's out here in the consolation race. He's got a bit of work to do, but I can tell you, someone who's grinning ear to ear right now is Andrew May, because his 2 closest competitors in the Pennsylvania Nationals, Kirker, Coe, both have to work their way in through the consolation, and if all the cards align for May, those 2 would be going home this evening.
Aiden Kirker, Cameron McCone, front row here. Pace truck gets ready to take off. 12 laps of racing to figure out who will lock themselves into tonight's main event. Actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, everybody's making it, actually, Kelan, since 2 drivers aren't on track for 10th and 11th place.
Yes, but there's 9 in the race, 7 advance, so 2 are going home.
My bad.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air, consolation race. Kirker, McCone lead us off. Kirker going to get a nice jump on the bottom, slides up in front of him. Mulder working to the inside of McCone for the second spot. Coe and Barrett side by side behind them. They drive down in there. That's J.J. Hill working the bottom. Fritch and
James Barrett
Williams.
Jr., uh-oh. He got in the Colton Coe.
Colton Coe. And Coe, heartbreak for him if he cannot work his way back into the transfer spot, because he's going to have some work to do. That's 2 teammates getting together, Barrett and Coe. New teammates tonight.
It kind of just looked like Barrett kind of tried to push the car 3 wide where there wasn't really much room.
And that's such a common thing here. I mean, you think you have a lot more room than you do, and just happened right there. Kirker still in control. Jay Mulder working the bottom in second. They continue racing for third back there. Barrett Jr. holding on to it. Fritch and Coe going home as of right now.
Yeah, J.J. Hill got around Randy Fritch there for that last transfer position. As you can see these 3 right now. Hill, like I mentioned, last guy, making it into tonight's main event.
As of right now, that is halfway through the consolation race, and look who's on his tail. It's Randy Fritch trying to make his way into tonight's event. Aiden Kirker still in control as we're on board with J.J. Hill. That's Randy Fritch behind him. Starting to pull away a little bit from the competition behind him. But Fritch still lurking as who's that off the berm over there?
That's Aiden Kirker. Yeah.
Oh, brother. Well, he's going to have some work to do now.
He's going to need a little bit of luck.
Back. Oh, yeah. That is That's quite unfortunate. I had him winning tonight. I had him sweeping Lernerville, and now he's going to have work to do. As now Ko is trying to chase down those two. And don't look now.
Battle for the
Cross
lead.
your fingers. Yeah.
James Barrett Jr.
He's going to take it. As Mulder trying to work to the outside. Can't do it. James Barrett Jr. stays in control. Back there for the transfer spot. Ko has gotten around Fritsch. Well, the 7th spot. Fritsch drops back to 8th. Kirker in trouble back there. Still needing that bit of luck as James Barrett Jr. continues to pace the field right now as he comes off of 4. 1 lap to go here in the consolation event. James Barrett Jr. in complete control. Colton Ko just needs one more good lap back there to hang on to the final transfer spot. But James Barrett Jr. going to bring home the consolation win. Jay Mulder 2nd, Morrissey 3rd, Williams, McCone, Hill, Ko hangs on to the last transfer spot. Aiden Kirker's going home, and it makes it a 2-horse race for the Pennsylvania Nationals. So it'll be between Ko and May, and they're starting on complete opposite ends of the race. One on pole, one in 16th. Not the day Ko wanted so far. Andrew May just needs a consistent race here this evening. So get ready to set your starting lineup in our feature event this race this evening. We're rolling off on pole. Exo Consulting your competitor for M&M Motorsports out of Bedford, Pennsylvania. It's the big unit, Andrew May, and to his outside, his teammate from M&M Motorsports out of Cass City, Michigan. It's the Iceman, Aiden Forster.
And starting in 3rd position, we have the number 57, just moved up from the 360 series, took home the win last night there, number 57 of Austin Griffey, and to his outside, the number 87 who had another strong performance Thursday night, Jackson Gray.
Going off in 5th for SSR Elite Sim Racing, the shooting star, the 006, Rylan Gray, and to his outside, Exo Consulting your competitor, Austin Nuffer in the 83. The rest of your starting lineup will scroll across the top of your screen. So get ready for some exciting feature action tonight at Lernerville. If this is anything like what we saw a couple nights ago, I think we're in for a treat tonight, Shane, as they get ready to stack up 4x4.
Yeah, this is my favorite part of the broadcast, Kelan, right here, seeing these guys stack them up and putting on the show for you guys at home.
The 4-wide salute, saluting all you fans at home for sticking with us tonight. I know the broadcast hasn't been the smoothest on that end of things, but we are here tonight racing, looking for a great event this evening. Andrew May looking to take home a home state victory. We'll see what happens this evening, Shane. Got to pick one guy to put your money on. Who is it?
Andrew May, the big unit, starting on pole. Obviously, track position really important here. And I think he's getting it done. Andrew May, my favorite tonight.
I would say that's a good pick in this race for sure. But I'm gonna have my eye on that guy starting in the 7th spot. I think you gotta keep your eye on Tyler No this evening. 3 races, 3 features, 3 top 4 finishes, a 2nd and 2 fourths. He has been knocking on the door. I think tonight could be the night where he finally gets that feature win. He was close the other night, getting a hard charger award, 4th place at Lernerville. We'll see what he can do. It'll be May, Forster, Griffey, Gray, Nuffer, leading us to the green. Andrew May looking to get his first win in a while, looking to get his first in his home state. Gonna lead us to the green, and green flag in the air.
Yeah,
we are racing.
I didn't mention it, Kelan. M&M Motorsports front row, love to see that. Green flag, though, in the air. Andrew May, solid lead over everybody else.
And Gray tried to slide up in front of Griffey right there, and it's going to cost him his spot. He got sideways, and now Forster tapping on the door of Gray. Look at Kelan Morrissey. He started in 12th, and he's battling for 4th right now, flying through the field. He just went up to the 4th spot after starting all the way back in 12th in 2 laps, Shane.
Yeah, this guy, you want to talk about a hard charger. How about that in just 1 lap? Kelan Morrissey, 4th after starting 12th.
He is a man on a mission, to say the least, as these top 5 kind of single filed out. That's Rylan Gray working on the back end of Kelan Morrissey. He's going to slide it down to the inside. Gonna slide right next to him. Can't get the spot. It's Aiden Forster lurking behind Gray. Andrew May stays in control. Tyler no slide job. Can't pull it off. Cody Meadows back there in 8th trying to close down. Jay Mulder, Cole Williams round out the top 10. Colton Coe, James Barrett Jr. and Cameron McCone. Rylan Pearson back there. And J.J. Hill rounds out the field as we continue pressing on. Andrew May still in control. Austin Griffey closed 2/10 in the last couple laps, trying to work on the number 31 and it's his first career start this evening for Griffey, trying to get it done. He won the 360 race here on Monday night, looking to make it back-to-back nights with a win here at Lernerville.
Yeah, this is definitely something that the league admins for sure did with this split between the 410 and 360 series. Is kind of, I guess you could put it, cherry picking the guys that deserve to be up at the 410 series, because obviously want to put on the best show for you guys here in the top premier series. And they pulled up Austin Griffey after a great performance, and here he is running second in his first appearance in the 410 series.
Something happened to Rylan Gray. He was up there in the 5th spot, and he fell all the way back to 15th. He got in trouble. Don't know what happened, but Andrew May still in the race lead. Austin Griffey knocking on the door for the race lead. Don't look now, Shane, but it is getting tight up there. Jackson Gray 3rd, Morrissey and Forster round out the top 5. Look at that, stay focused on his wing. That's going to give Griffey the motivation this evening. Halfway through the feature, no cautions yet. Griffey trying to work on May. Lost a lot of time right there as May starts to step away.
Yeah, he's got his hands full for sure. I feel like right as we tuned into him, he was sideways and just lost all the ground he had. You saw him working the bottom 3 and 4, maybe searching for a little bit of grip, and you could start to see the top side start to get a little bit tacky here.
Closing back there in the 3rd spot, 3 seconds at the line last time, 3.1 now. Caleb Morrissey in 30, got around Jackson Gray. He's going to have some work to do to try to close in on those top 2 as we continue to flash through the field. Andrew May still in control of this race. He's starting to catch the tail end of lap traffic, though. And I think luckily for him, the lap traffic's kind of keeping pace with May, so he hasn't really had to fight to get around him to this point yet. He's led every lap so far. No cautions, 10 laps to go for Andrew May.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Kelan, Rylan Gray with trouble. He just has now about to fall into the Andrew May starts to come into his coattails, excuse me, I can't speak here tonight. But yeah, Austin Griffey trying to work that bottom and just doesn't seem like the top's where he wants to be right now.
Well, he's closing the gap down there down low, trying to get around May, trying to find whatever grip he can in this racetrack, trying to get around him. Andrew's working a slick up there. Look at how close he's going to flying over this berm right next to it.
Oh, baby.
Oh, it is. I don't know how he does it. I tried it in the 360 race last night, and I was no good at it. As now he works to the inside, trying to take Griffey's line away.
You're going to get appreciation right here, how close he's going to get. Maybe not.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, kind of went a little lower there. So he gets around J.J. Hill, lap car. Hill working the bottom, trying to stay out of the way of the leaders. It's going to come to 5 laps to go this time around for Andrew May.
We just started this thing, Kelan. We can't let the fun be over already.
Well, you know, they're flying around this track.
Oh, I thought I spoke too soon. No.
Oh, Shane, I think you did that, didn't you?
Cody Meadows, how about that?
He's in trouble. He did not have much speed this evening. Was running back there around 10th. We'll try to get a look at what happened here with our AMB Outdoors.
Replay. So we see. Oh yeah, I can't talk. It's okay. Oh, he flipped. He flipped. Two incidents.
Now I gotta look at what happened to Cody Meadows. He slid up right there into Aiden Forster. He was making up ground, made it up to the 6th spot. Oh. That's where he lost it. Oh, he hit the tire, flips upside down, up and over. Oh goodness, Cody Meadows. Oh no. Horrible crash.
That's pretty bad.
That sucked. Yeah. He got up there to 6th, finally making up some progress as he disconnected from the session. Gonna fly back to the front of the field. Andrew May looking to steal a win, and it feels like our points leader hasn't won in a while. And it's really not the case. He won May 10th at Cedar Lake, but the last 3 races, 3rd, 4th, and 3rd. Seems like bad luck for him after all the top 2s he was getting. Finished 3rd at Lernerville the other day, looking to get a win this evening. May gonna lead him to the green. Griffey right behind him. May gonna lead him down there. Oh, and a good jump for Griffey. Gonna be right there with him. He did not let May get very far away. Gets to the inside. They're going to be nose to tail here down the backstretch. Griffey trying to close in the gap however much he can. Going to come down to 3 to go this time. Andrew May still up front. Austin Griffey sits back in second. Going to sling it to the inside of May. He's there. Can't take the spot. Tyler, no. Around back there. Caution out.
Looks like something occurred between him and James Barrett Jr. there towards the bottom of the broadcast screen. We could see those two get together when we were focusing on our lead. And we're going to have a restart with 3 laps to go.
Going to. This time around. On the restart, Jackson Gray, Kayla Morrissey there. Morrissey got sideways back there.
That was Jackson Gray action, not James Barrett Jr.
And Jackson Gray got into him. Looks like No got in the slick and he slid down into Gray. And I feel like Austin Griffey did not want to see this caution because he doesn't want to give Andrew May an opportunity to kind of sling away from him on the restart here. Because Griffey stayed up with him on the last restart, had an opportunity to pass. He worked it to the inside of May for a couple laps. Couldn't take the spot though. May looking for his 4th win of the season. Most of anybody at the moment. It'd be the 4th of his career. Slide him 3rd all time in a series. Looking to get it done here at Lernerville.
Like you mentioned, Keela, it seems like Andrew May hasn't reached victory lane in a while, but it really hasn't been that long. Just about 2 weeks, just a week and 2 days, like you mentioned. May 10th, last win.
Yeah, 3 races. It's only 3 races in between then. But a 3rd, 4th, and 3rd seems like unlucky compared to what he's been running this season. May gonna lead him to the green. Green flag in the air. Waits all the way till the green lights. Gonna take the green. 2 laps to go for Andrew May. He's gonna take it down to the inside. Austin Griffey trying to close the gap however much he can. He got a big run there on the backstretch. Now he's gonna take a look in 3 and 4. Coming to the white flag. It'll be 1 lap to go here. Griffey's there. Couldn't get it. May now gonna have to defend 1 more lap. Works to the bottom in 1 and 2. Got it right there. Griffey's gonna have 1 more shot at Andrew May. But it is not going to be enough dominance for Andrew May. He wins at Lernerville and will take home with it a Pennsylvania Nationals Championship. Add that to the resume. Florida Nationals Champion, Midwest Nationals Champion, and now the Pennsylvania Nationals Champion. Gonna get the win in his home state to cap off the Pennsylvania Nationals winner at Lernerville. Andrew May, the points lead, will now extend.
How about that? Great run by him, and more noticeably, like you just said, Kelan, he's claimed all 3 national championships, right now that we've had so far this season. So congrats to the big unit, Andrew May and M&M Motorsports. There's another great job by them. As you see him and his teammate, they're number 20 in force. So I believe.
How about that for May? Gets it done. And I'll tell you a man who was on a mission, gaining 12 spots this evening and taking home the Dirtman Photography Hard Charger Award, Colton Coe, 16th to 4th. He was on a mission. If Andrew had a bad race, I think Colton would have been right up there trying to take the Pennsylvania Nationals Championship. Fortunately, he couldn't get up there and quite be enough for Andrew, as we'll try to get a word with our race winner this evening. It was Andrew May. He's going to park it in the Dirt Heathen Racing Apparel victory lane, take home his as we'll get a word with May in a second. We'll get a word with Andrew May, our race winner this evening. Andrew, is Kelan in the booth. You got us.
Yes, sir.
We picked up the win this evening, your 4th of the year here at Lernerville. You got Quicktime, and then you just pulled away from everybody. So, what was really the strategy tonight? I know Griffey was there right behind you all race long, but you kept him behind you. You put up a great race tonight. How'd it feel out there?
It was pretty good. The bottom actually came in really well tonight compared to the last race, and the top was flying and flying and flying, and I saw Griffey come up on me, and then I saw him poke his nose on my inside, and I was like, okay, I gotta move down. And then I moved down, and I held him off for a couple laps, and then I saw him really poke his nose on that one lap. I think we were coming out of 4, and then the caution came out, and then I knew I had to get down almost in the grass on the turn, so to block him from getting around me there. But it was a lot of fun. I'm glad that I could put this throwback scheme in victory lane finally.
Well, you're just adding on to your resume tonight. Pennsylvania Nationals Championship. You took home the Florida Nationals one. You took home the Midwest Nationals one. Now the Pennsylvania Nationals one. You've won all there is to win, 4 races, and your points gap's going to extend. How much confidence does this give you going into the rest of the season, and more importantly, going into Knoxville, some of the biggest races of the year?
Yeah, like you said, I'm as confident as ever. I think that my consistency is what's keeping me up at the top of the points, up the top of the Nationals points every time we do it. In the long run, my 4th place finishes and my 3rd place finishes, they look bad, compared to where I usually do. But at the end of the year, they'll really help. Whenever some guys, get in wrecks or miss the features, it really gives me that little bit of a bonus. So, but looking towards Knoxville, I think it's gonna be a haul for sure. I mean, 50 laps. It's really anybody's race down there because the track's gonna slick off. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited for that.
Well, I'm excited for it too. You put on a great show tonight. You picked up the win, and I know you're a lot happier than you were on Thursday night when you
Yeah.
and Jackson Gray got into it. So
I want to say sorry to Keelan's mom for having a bad attitude. Also, hopefully I can make up for it, and she'll be a fan of me again.
Oh, well, you picked up the win, so she likes winners. I know that. I know Cody Meadows didn't have a very good day for her, so maybe now she'll hop on to Andrew May.
Just trying to sell some T-shirts,
Oh yeah. Well, you got anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank A&B Outdoors for putting the series on. Dirtman Photography, Dirt Track USA, Exo Consulting, Dirt Heathen Racing Apparel, Battery Boys at Bedford, PA, TW Vamps Trucking, Ace Electronic Repair. Wow, there's so many people. Liquid Besker, K1, M&M Motorsports, Cam. He's always supporting me. He's always got my back every time we go into a race. He's always hyping me up in our Discord. And I want to say good race to Aiden. And he didn't do as well as he thought, but still pretty good finish for M&M Motorsports. Proud of those guys.
Well, you put on a show tonight, and we're happy you picked up the win. I feel like there's more to come. I feel like 4 is not going to be it this season.
I really hope so, and thank you guys for always being the best broadcasters in the business.
All right, well, we thank you for that, Andrew, and hope to see you again.
Hopefully. See you guys.
Well, see you. Andrew May, our race winner this evening, and now we're going to get a word with our 2nd place finisher. Shane's going to get a word with our 2nd place finisher, number 57 of Austin Griffey, in his first ever 410 start, picks up a nice runner-up finish.
Austin Griffey, Shane DiMantova up here in the broadcast booth. You got us.
Yes, sir.
Man, welcome to the 410 Sprint Car Series. How about that for your first run, 2nd place? How was it out there? How did it feel?
Yeah, I'm not usually one to run some fix-ups leagues, but I figured I'd give it a try. But all in all, yeah, I'd say it's pretty good. It produces some great racing at the end of the race.
Yeah,
All the races too.
great racing for sure. We saw you and Andrew May go back and forth there, and he just had the upper hand. It seemed like just blocking whatever move you had strategically, and he just said that he saw you moving to the bottom of the track and he followed you. Did you try and work that high side to get around him, or just try to work that bottom all night long? That's where you felt comfortable.
I tried to work the top as best I could and as long as I could, but I knew it'd get down to the bottom eventually, and I figured after this restart, after one of the restarts, I'd figure I'd just go for it. So I got a good run off on 2. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm getting something here. And then I go into 4, and I gas it up and I started popping a wheelie. So I told myself to calm it down there for a little bit. But yeah, I kind of figured it was going to go to the bottom, and I said, well, I know me and him are going to have a good battle, so let's put it on for the broadcast.
And that you did for sure. Me and Kelan were entertained up here all night long, and we were just waiting for you to make the move on the big unit and finish off here tonight. Any sponsors, teammates that you'd like to thank for the second place effort?
Yeah, Up North Esports, ABR Setup Shop, and JG Motorsports.
All right, Austin, it's a pleasure to talk to you. Welcome to the 410 series. Like I said, hopefully we'll see you back here on the first for the next race at Weed Sport, and hopefully have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
And that was your second place finisher in his debut in the 410 series here on the Quicktime Series Broadcast Network. 57 of Austin Griffey, as Keelan's going to get a word with our third place finisher, Caleb Morrissey.
Caleb, it's Kelan in the booth. Got us.
Sir, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Well, it seems every time you come out here and race with us, we're always talking to you in the booth at the end of these races. You got a knack for finishing up here in the top 3 when you do show up, and we're happy that every time you show up, you are running this well. Gained 9 spots, went from 12th to 4th in like the first 2 laps. Picked up a nice P3 finish after having to work your way in late. How'd it feel out there? Was the track fast?
It was fast, but it definitely felt a lot different from the last Lernerville race that we just did a couple days ago. It just, I don't know, it just felt less tight, which was a good thing, I guess, for us, but I was kind of depending on that. I felt like the last Lernerville race, I had some really good speed when the track slicked off. This one, it seemed that I was better early on than I was late, so happy to finish P3. I don't really feel like I deserved it, but something happened with Jackson, and I forget the other name, but good result. I'm happy.
We're going to take a P3 regardless, and out here in Pennsylvania, according to iRacing, it's your home state. That correct?
Yes, sir. Home state.
That's awesome. I know Andrew, our race winner this evening, this is his home state as well. Does it just feel any different to you? Does it feel any more special to pick up these good results up in your home state?
Yeah, it feels good. You always want to produce whenever you're at like a home track, especially close to home, and it's not as quite as good of a win as Williams Grove, but I'll take the result either way.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, Caleb. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys up in the booth. You guys are awesome. Can't wait to watch it back as I always do. I want to thank the people back at home for watching, friends, family. Always appreciate it. A&B Outdoors, Dirtman Photography, Dirt Track USA, XO Consulting, Dirt Heathen Racing Apparel, Shane DiMantova Designs, Iceman Designs. JJ, thank you so much for putting on a great league, man, and hopefully I can keep showing up.
We hope to see you more and more this season, Caleb. We thank you for joining us this evening. Congrats on your top 3.
Thanks, guys. See you around.
Caleb Morrissey, driver number 6 for 4 Horsemen Racing. It's now Shane's going to get words with our hard charger this evening from 16th to 4th, a man on a mission, Colton Coe.
Man on a mission for sure, Colton Coe. You got us up here in the broadcast booth.
I got a copy. How you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good, obviously. You had a pretty good night yourself coming home 4th after starting, I believe it was 16th. And you are our Dirtman Photography Hard Charger Award winner here at Lernerville. So congrats first off to you. And to start off, it didn't seem like you had a good heat race or LCQ. So why don't you take me through that?
In the heat race, I flew over the top of turns 3 and 4. I thought I just gotta go through the consi, and then start of the consi, I got spun on. It was lap 2 on the front straightaway, and was able to battle back. I got 7th, barely eked into the feature, and just very, very lucky for some circumstances that brought me here tonight.
Yeah, we see you here have another successful run, and you've been putting together some great runs for sure. As another one, like I mentioned, you are the hard charger after starting tail end of the field is Did you try working the bottom side to make some moves around drivers, or how did you get up here? I should ask. To the field or you just kind of work the top and move wherever there's a gap.
First to start the race, I was up top and just didn't feel comfortable up there. So I put my wing up a little bit, and eventually I put it in the trunk. But I went to the bottom, was gaining like 4/10 a lap on the guys in front of me, and I'm like, all right, this is fast. I'm just gonna keep doing this, and yeah, just found a lot of speed there and was able to gain a lot of ground on cars.
Yeah, you really did find speed for sure, and just coming up one spot short of the podium. As the floor is now yours, Colton. Any sponsors that you like to thank, teammates, members?
I'd like to thank Dirt Heathen Racing, Dirtman Photography, Exo Consulting, and A&B Outdoors for putting on this league. I'd like to thank the guys over at BSR. It's a brand new team I was able to get into. Can't thank those guys enough for letting me join their team. I'd like to thank Dad for watching all my races, and I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting our races and getting this stuff out there. And thank JJ for putting on this league. He does a fantastic job, and just thanks to all the sponsors and everyone that helps me in this league out so we can make all this stuff happen.
All right, young gun, it was a pleasure to talk to you up here in the broadcast booth, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, you too, guys. Thank you.
And Colton Coe, who just got a word with him there, is your Dirtman Photography Hard Charger Award winner. So congrats to him on another great night for the number 28 machine there.
Good night for Co indeed. Hard Charger flew from 16th to 4th and got it done this evening. Had a great race tonight. The first 20 laps green all the way. Andrew May in control. Austin Griffey closed the gap. I think it's impressive in its own right. Austin Griffey, we opened up late signups right in the middle of the Pennsylvania Nationals when we did the 364-10 split. Griffey was one of the late ones to join. Races for Up Northeast Sports, and he went in there, and first race he was in, 360s dominated. Led every lap, didn't have a single incident point, got caught up to 410, did a great job in his first start, second place, but I think the main storyline we're still looking at this season is, can anybody stop Andrew May, Shane? Only one finish outside the top 10 all year. Only one finish outside the top 5 all year. That's it. 11 top 5s in 13 starts. Hasn't missed a feature at all this season. It was his third pole of the season today. His 4th win. Average finish continuing to shoot up. It's probably going to go under 4 now, probably in the 3s. He has been... It's insane. You just talk about Andrew. He's a very good driver and good at what he does, and he is he's very, very good this year. Can anybody stop him?
You never know what could happen, honestly, Kelan, but favorably right now, no, by the looks of it, and it seems like everybody just wants to be Andrew May right now. We kind of saw him, I guess you could say it was kind of a slump that we kind of saw him, but his finishers weren't bad at all. I know somebody, or not even somebody, definitely everybody out there on the track would like to get the finishes that he was getting in the past couple races before he reached victory lane here tonight. But yeah, Andrew May, just the favorite so far.
Well, for sure, and the top 3 in points going into tonight: May, Meadows, Pearson. May, of course, picking up the win. Cody, not a great race for him back there in 14th. He's just going to continue to fall down that ladder. Andrew May continuing to boost his points gap this season. Rylan Pearson, he's probably going to be close with Meadows for that 2nd spot with a 6th place finish tonight. Not sure if he's going to get it, but he was right there with them as those top 3. Really, the top 4, everybody except Andrew May had a bad day. Kirker missed a feature. Pearson, which 6th for him is a bad day when he's used to finishing top 5 every race. Meadows, of course, got involved in that wreck. So Andrew, this is where his points gap comes from. It's just from being consistent, staying ahead of the field, staying ahead of the game, and he's been dominant, to say the least.
Yeah, dominant, understand, Kelan.
Oh, for sure. Well, it was a great race, first 20 laps all the way green. Had a couple cautions mixed in there, but it was Andrew May eventually getting it done, setting a new track record tonight in qualifying with a 12.883, picking up a heat win, leading every lap of the feature. That's what you call a clean sweep here in the Quicktime Sprint Car Series.
Yeah, that was the cleanest of sweeps you can get, and you know how they say on those antibacterial stuff, it kills 99.9% of the germs, and he killed 100% of them.
Oh, for sure. He was insane tonight as he continues to shoot up the radar in the all-time wins list. It's his first season of work with us, and in 13 races, 4 wins, third in the all-time win list behind Cody Meadows and Aiden Kirker with 10 and 5 respectively. And tonight his track record at Lernerville, he now holds 3 track records going to Cedar Lake, Kokomo, and now Lernerville Speedway. He's just been on top of his game. Consistency is key for him, and he's very good on the racetrack, to say the least. I'm sad to see that paint scheme, though. He had a very slick-looking paint scheme, and of course, going to change it up when we go into New York. But I'm looking forward to that New York Nationals we got, sponsored by Iceman Designs and Aiden Kirker. 2-race stay at Weed Sport. Going to have some nice racing there. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, unfortunately, those won't be. You can't catch the action over there or on here from the A&B Outdoors Quicktime Series broadcast networks. I'm going to be stepping away and taking a little bit of a vacation, so going to be a little bit of an absence for those 2 races, but obviously you can catch the action over on the Instagram, and Kelan can tell you all about that and how you can keep up what's going on with the series. Obviously, like I just mentioned, those 2 races are not being broadcasted.
You can catch all race updates on Quicktime Sprints. That is at Quicktime Sprints on Instagram. Every race winner, hard charger, and Quicktime Award winner is posted on there, and then link in bio on Quicktime Sprints. You can click on the Dan Lisa link, which will take you to the points. You can navigate there to your latest race results to find out your results from Weed Sport out there. And also, you don't just have to watch this stream to keep up with it. You can go over to Twitch. We have several drivers who stream on there, notably Andrew May on Andrew May Sim Racing. Cameron McCone also streams on there. Forgot the link. Let me get it up real quick.
I think it's Camo 828 or Camo. Yeah, Camo Sim Racing. I'm pretty sure 828. If I'm not mistaken.
Those guys are very active on Twitch. You can go check them out when they go live. And there's some ways to keep up with your Quicktime Sprint Car Series. Keep up with your favorite driver. And hope he wins. Andrew May looking to keep the consistency going as he picks up another race win tonight. Nobody can stop him at the rate it's at right now as we head into Weed Sport there. I'm excited, Shane, for the rest of the season. Just now, getting a little past a third of the way through the season, and been very entertaining.
Entertaining for sure, Kelan. We've had a lot of fun up here in the broadcast booth, but it's certainly not done yet. It's Camo 828 Sim Racing on Twitch. That's what it is. So you can catch Cameron Cone over there. Andrew May Sim Racing, like you mentioned, as well as Aiden Kirker at Kirker39. I'm not sure if he broadcasts or streams these events, but definitely a lot of drivers out here in the series that you can also catch action from, like you mentioned, Kelan. And speaking of action, we've had a lot so far this season, like you just said.
Oh, yeah, for sure. A lot of action and a lot of winners this year. Not really a lot of winners, but we've had a lot of wins for Andrew May. 4. Next closest is 2 with Kirker and Meadows right on his tail. A couple bad days for them, though, and Andrew May is shooting up the ladder in points. Took the points lead after race number 3 at Belsha and has not looked back since as we get ready to close this one out.
Yeah, Kelan, it was a pleasure up here. Obviously, once again, work with you up here in the broadcast booth. Wasn't the smoothest broadcast for sure, and definitely fight through some technical difficulties and fix those up after the close of tonight's event and make sure we're all set to go once we return back here on the YouTube page. But nonetheless, great battle for the lead, and congrats to Andrew May, the big unit once again. M&M Motorsports on another great win, and just seems like nobody can stop him.
Nobody can stop him for sure. As this was Tour's Quicktime Sprint Car Series. Close us out, Shane.
I'm Shane DiMantova, joined alongside Kelan Belsha. We'll be back here soon, we'll be back here June 8th for Cedar Lake. Between that time and then, you can catch 2 races over on Twitch, streamed through our driver POVs, as they'll take on Weed Sport twice. But gotta wait about 2 weeks before the next broadcast here on the NBA Outdoors Quicktime Series Broadcast Network. And hopefully you guys enjoy yourselves between then. You can catch all race replays from this season here on the YouTube channel. As like I mentioned, I'm Shane DiMantova, joined alongside Kelan Belsha, and we hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night.